I just found out that we have a very surprise, I didn't know this was going to happen, but I would like to introduce our local congressman, Michael Capuano, who's a surprise guest.
I don't need a microphone, do I? I always feel that I stand behind those things that makes it look like I'm afraid of you. I'm not. First of all, I just want to thank you all for being involved and keeping an eye on this piece of legislation. It is very important, as you all know. But I also want to caution you a couple of things. Number one is, please do not believe what you read in the mass media. Most of them don't have a clue about what's actually going on. Number two, more importantly for me, I'm asking each and every one of you who are actually truly interested in this issue to watch as the bill changes, because it's changing every minute. And the truth is, there's no way in the world that people like me can keep up with every change. When the bill comes to the floor the first time, before it goes to the Senate, it'll come back after that, the first time it will be significantly different than the bill you have probably read. It already is. The question I have is, how much different is it? Is it worth me voting for something that we all know is less than what we want, taking something rather than nothing, or is it just so bad, it's gotten so bad at that point, that I have to say no? Now, I will have to be the one who makes that judgment. I guarantee you that the bill that came out, that was publicized, is not the bill you're going to see. I guarantee you it is the high watermark. The question is, how low does it go? How much do they have to deal away? And they're not doing it just for fun. Let me be very clear. Ed Markey has been a great job, but we have to get 218 votes on the floor of the House. And in order to do that, we have to make deals with people that don't necessarily see the world the same way we do. People who represent coal regions, people who represent steel regions. Many of our Republican friends won't vote for this, if we gave their mother $1 million. I know that. Actually, I probably would vote for it even if you gave my mother $1 million not to. But bottom line is, this is going to be the political process in the normal course of events. I know that many of you are involved with politics, but many of you are not. The political process is a mess. It always is. It always will be. The question is, as the bar starts to lower, do we still accept it? And that's an answer you won't be able to tell me until we see the bill we have to vote on. I will guarantee you I have never, in 11 years, I have never voted for or against a bill that I totally agree with or totally disagree with. I agree with some portions, I disagree with others. Depending on the bill, I still vote yes or no. That's the choice I get. In the meantime, I'm like everybody else. We're all trying to make deals, we're all trying to hold what the things that are important to us. We're all trying to get to 218 votes on the floor of the House. When we get there, I will absolutely need your input to decide whether I vote yes or no. And that goes with some amendments too. I don't know how the process is going to work, nobody does. If there are specific amendments, again, is the balance worth it or not? And I don't expect you to know it now. I do expect that many of the people in this room will be keeping an eye on certain specifics that I will not be or will not be able to. I do believe that many of you, if I read the first 100 pages, you might read the next 100 pages. I need input, I need reaction, I need thoughts, and I need suggestions. And we've been getting a lot of them, obviously, but that's what I need from people who really care about the issue. Obviously, you're here, you care about the issue, you know, I'm sure, many of the specifics already, but at the same time, please don't think that the process is over just because a bill is proposed. It's not. That is the beginning, and I guarantee you it is the high watermark. The question is how far do we go from that high watermark and still accept it? And that's all part of the process.
How do we track what's going on?
It will be difficult. Hopefully MoveOn will keep you informed, but the other way you can track it is you're going to have to go out of your way and find things on different websites. My website will have some of it. Ed Markey's website will probably have a lot of it. It will be available. My expectation is there'll be a lot of comment from some of the outside groups. And that's a good thing. That's, again, usually the way the process works. Some outside groups will tell you that it's going to be a terrible bill no matter what. Some will tell you it's a great bill no matter what. And like anything else, my expectation is that most people who care about anything, none of us get our information from one source. We all get it from 10 or 20 different sources, and we try to piece it together to see what we think is the truth. And that's the same thing you're going to have to do here. It will not be easy, and you will hear lots of different voices on different aspects of this bill.
When is this vote coming to the House?
Don't know.
Don't know.
It will probably be soon. The whole idea. I'm good, but I'm not that good. The whole idea, this bill was supposed to already been to the floor. It hasn't come to the floor because we don't have 218 votes yet. We're still working on it. It has come out of committee, but it's now, it's heading to the floor. It will go to the Rules Committee, and the Rules Committee will allow or disallow certain amendments. We're not sure yet. That'll be all decided as we go along. I expect it'll be on the floor within the next month, maybe sooner. No guarantee, but that's my estimate.
Do you have an example of the kinds of erosions that have already happened in the text?
Yeah, the most important one to me are the different credits. I mean, we're giving them away. And honestly, why are we giving them away? We're giving them away because we need people from, now again, I don't mean to be partisan about it, but for the most part, most Republicans won't vote for this bill. There are some who might, but not many. So mostly we're playing amongst Democrats. But not all Democrats come from Boston. You know, some come from coal regions, some come from steel regions. Some from the South are very interested in nuclear. And the idea is to try to, if we need their votes, what do they need? I know we've made a deal with the steel industry already to some degree. We're trying to make a deal with some aspects of the coal industry. And again, the whole reason is not because we want to, it's because if we don't, we get nothing. And you know, we have to get 218 votes. We will lose some Democrats no matter what, but we just can't lose that many. And then I don't know how many Republicans will pick up. Again, it's all estimates at the moment. It's all rumor and talk and kind of educated guesses. Nobody believes we'll get more than a dozen Republicans. And again, hopefully that'll be wrong. That would be nice. But that's kind of like the highest number anybody who watches these things really believes is even possible. And I don't think we'll get that many, but who knows?
A suggestion and then a question. The suggestion is that in Europe, the carbon credits, they gave a lot away, and they know what that track record is, and they're phasing them out by 2013. In this area, the RGGI hasn't given carbon credits away, and it's been fairly successful for as small as it is. The question that I have, I've been involved in solar barn raisings back in the 70s and the 80s, and I've been involved in the barn raisings that are happening in Cambridge and JP and other places. As a matter of fact, the next one is Sunday on the First Church, the Unitarian Church in Harvard Square.
Can you all hear it back when he's asking?
No.
Can you just say it? Can you stand up and repeat it so they can hear it as well?
I've been involved in solar barn raisings back in the 1970s, and I've been involved in the barn raisings that are happening in Cambridge and JP and other areas.
Come on up here. You can use the microphone. Go ahead. We'd like the people in back to hear, because I know what that's like when you can't hear the question.
Third time. I've been involved in solar barn raisings back in the 1970s, and I've been involved in the barn raisings that are happening in Cambridge and JP and other neighborhoods. The next one in Cambridge is happening Sunday at the First Church in Harvard Square, 3 Church Street, and there's still some spaces open. Heatma, HEETMA.com, and you can sign up for that. I am wondering whether it would be useful for the bill to do something that practical on the White House, all right? And with the participation of such people as this old house, to my knowledge, has only done 2 solar installations in its 30 years. Extreme Home Makeover, the Home and Garden Channel, to garner support for this bill and also to teach people what they can do for themselves.
Thank you.
Would you take that to the president, please?
To the White House.
It's going to be fun to make that suggestion to the security people at the White House.
I'm sure it can be arranged. If they can do the Easter egg roll, they can do
I
that.
think it's a great idea. I really do. I mean, this old house, you know, locally done, we can certainly. I just tucked in a couple of weeks ago to